Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and today we are heading out to one of the strongholds of the enemy where we are going to try to hold a gate and knock down a few of the enemy and maybe even take out a rider or two along the way. Whoops. Actually, do we have this question? Well, I'll find out in a moment, that's for sure. Oh, silence! New deed, head count. Alright, I don't have the quest, but we do have the deed, of course, to kill enemies within the Mirkwood Eaves. Now, head count does allow you to use the enemies that you will find in the Mirkwood Eaves after you cross over to the official versions. Right now we are in the prep area, the forward section of Mirkwood, before we open it up for us permanently, similar to what we did with Moria when we were trying to open up the gates to Moria and wound up unleashing a rather nasty foe instead. Alright, Orc and Uruk Slayer deed. All sorts of deeds now start to be brought up, and now here we are, evil strongholds of the enemy, and I have to stay here for 3 minutes. Will I make it? I hope it counts it if it sees a bear there instead. Does it say that I left it? Just kidding. Alright, now I've got to stay here. While they're going inside, I have to stay inside, because if I leave this area, then it counts me as abandoning it, which is really nasty considering how few ranged weapons I've got. So I'm going to have to do my best to participate in these combats, because these rangers just don't like to stay. They don't have to stay at the gate in order to get credit. I have to stay at the gate. I can't go around heading deeper inside, and I certainly don't want to go about tangling with that rider, because yeah, he's going to get killed. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about that, because I think that word has ranged attack. Well, actually, it doesn't look like it has. Maybe I was wrong with that. I'm too far away anyway, so I can't actually. Nope, too far away for that too. Alright. Then we'll forget about that war for a moment. Can I get any? No, because that's about. I just don't have. That's the problem with Beorning. At very, very little in the way of ranged attacks. And when you're in a quest like this, where you're not allowed to leave your location, it's a real pain. Okay, well, let's see if I can do something about this goblin. Not really, because I wasn't close enough to, and I guess I could have screamed and gotten up my found my wrath enough so I could have yelled did my fairy yell. Alright. Let's try this. We only have 27 seconds left, then I'm free to move around and help these rangers in any way I can, since apparently it's not considered helping them if I leave the gate before the end of the 3 minutes. 15 seconds left. Alright, who's coming out to me now? Alright, good. You're the last one I have to fight before this timer ends. Yes, I have held the gate. Yay! Now I can move in. held the gate, but I'm going to need to get my morale up a little bit here. Now this is the other tricky thing on here is you have all these enemies that come up here, and until I find a good place to park myself that's not near the gate, I have to infinitely fight these things because they keep on respawning. And oh, this is ranged attacker. I don't want to fight a ranged. I need a melee attacker so that I can get a good position and then shake these off. Otherwise, you're stuck at the gate forever. Alright, here we go. Now, let me get on to my other missions. Alright, that's one down. No, 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 you don't move. No moves allowed. Spear throwers. And what I'm trying to do is, I am trying to collect these crates. I need... Well, actually not collect them, I'm supposed to be destroying them, yes. Because the elves are under the assumption that they're not going to be any good to us, apparently. So they're not asking us to collect them like in other... Actually, it's more logical that I'd be destroying them rather than bringing them in. Let's face it, you get these large crates. I know there are other quests in the game where you're told to collect 8 crates and bring them to them, but let's face it. You're not going to be carrying around 8 huge crates inside of... Okay, it's not really huge crates, but they're still crates. You're not going to be carrying 8 of them at a time in your backpack. But then inventory systems in MMOs can get rather funny at times, shall we say? Like, I'm sure there are at least 1 or 2 things in here that are ludicrous for me. Like, hey, carrying around all these fireworks is ludicrous. That's right, I'm going into battle here. Let me carry some fireworks. I'm sure nothing can go wrong there. Right? What can go wrong? Alright, now, let's see. Let's get this warrior here. Let's get these other boxes. And you can do the entire quest here. You don't have to go to the other camp in order to finish it up. I think the reason for the 2 camps was that when they created this originally, they were hoping that the players will split themselves up between the 2 areas. And that way, you'd be able to survive the land rush that inevitably happens whenever you start out a new... Oh, what's going on here? Okay. You inevitably have a land rush whenever you have a new expansion or anything like that. So I'm sure they're trying to divide up the various members and figuring that half will go to one and half go to the other. And I do not have any idea how well that particular venture works. Right? And unfortunately, this is not 3 different corruptions, but it's 1 corruption tiered at 3 levels, and so even though I think I have a corruption that moves, yeah, so even though it removes 3 corruptions, it will not remove all 3 tiers of the same corruption. Alas. Okay, that's the last crate, so now I just need 1 more of those 4 liters, and there is 1 up in this direction. So let's go and take care of them and get out of here. And I'll take care of 3 of our quests. Of course, those are the 3 forward quests. The other quests I've got are expedition quests, which aren't as important to complete. Because if I never complete them, well, alright, fine, they're not complete yet. Alright. then I just won't be able to turn them in. But of course, you have to complete the expedition ones in order to leave the place eventually. Don't want to be stuck here in the doorstep of Mirkwood for the rest of your life. Alright, is that it? Okay. Yeah, alright, let's go. Oh, there he is. Oh boy. I almost flew right by him and knocked down someone else. That wouldn't have been good. That would not have been good at all. Phew! He went down quickly. Ah, some war leader. Yeah, he led the battle by falling first. He led by dying first. That's it. Great way to lead the battle. Yeah. Alright, now let us get down here and that way I don't have to fight my way through the exit. Unfortunately, it gives you a little bit of a crunchy ankle when you do that. But that doesn't last too long, and it saves me battling all the way through. Of course, if you want the XP, then you can just fight your way all the way back through. Good. Now, let's turn in these quests and find out what they're for. Alright, done, done, and done.
Megovanen.
Well fought! Now that the enemy is pinned within the fortifications, we can work on destroying them all together. Alright, fine. Leaderless?
How can I be of service?
Well done! Your skills in battle match even those of the Maladrim. Right. With most of the Uruk leaders fallen, the remaining forces of the enemy shall soon be driven back to Dol Guldur. And finally, the supplies have been destroyed? Well done! Without the supplies of arrows and provisions, the orcs will not be able to hold out much longer, and the rest of our forces are coming ashore and moving further into the forest as we speak. Okay. Good. It looks like I'm going to have to tend to my legendary items at some point.
Stay a moment.
We must ensure that the commanders of Dol Guldur cannot get reinforcements into the Merkeaves during our assault upon the fortress. Any large numbers of troops would have to come through the Gostanan, the gate upon the road that leads to the east. The orcs still control it for now, but I am certain that we will soon capture it as well. For the moment, I need you to see that the gate is made useless to them. Try to jam the mechanism by which it is raised and lowered on the sides. It will not slow them down for long, but by then our assault will be complete and the Merkeaves will be ours. Okay.
Will you lend me your ear?
We are nearly ready for our decisive assault upon the Aman again, but my men have warned me that a set of siege engines lies in wait, looking upon the steep paths that we must scale to take the fortress. To muster an assault under the reign of such dark engines should result in needless death, and might even cause our assault to falter. Imagine that. If you can destroy those engines before we begin the assault, the orcs will have no choice but to face us in battle, where our valor shall prove unmatched. Okay.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
A problem has arisen for the Maladrim, my friend. My forces are being harried by a group of warg riders who are ranging throughout the Merkeaves. Normally, we rely upon speed and our superior skill in battle to ensure victory even when outnumbered. But the warg riders' great speed allows them to harry and assault my soldiers at will. I need you to help thin out their numbers and keep them at bay, at least until we secure the Merkeaves from the enemy. When you have done this, return to me for further instructions. So therefore, Now we're at the second phase of this. Good. Now, how many of these? Alright, let's see. Landscape. Malodrine bronze feathers. 12. I think the cheapest thing you could buy with them is 15, so we could double check that. But we have some rep vendors here, and the rep vendors here require a minimum of neutral, which is where you start. So there's our absolutely. Now I can imagine here you are when you do your first series of quests and you get your rep up, then you are known to the Malodrine. I mean, wait a minute. They're the ones who asked us to come along. How can we not be known to them already? Just saying.
May I help you?
Anyway, so here are the legendary weapons, which cost 20 each, and these are for level 61, which is my current level. So if I needed some upgrades for that, this is a good place to get those. That's for other classes.
Is there aught which you need?
And he has a few other items, some potions, weapons, earrings, leggings, shoulders. And it looks like most of the stuff here, I have a feeling the potions, yeah, the potions are only 5. I don't think I need any of those. The earrings are 15. So anything that's non-consumable has a minimum of 15, and I only have 12. So I'll have to decide which items I'm going to get. I did see a nice dagger there, which I will probably get. Let's see. What I'll do is I'll just come down this road. Oh, actually, what I really need to do is I need to worry about those bridges. I don't want to forget about. That will be a perfect thing to do for the rest of this episode. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the quest yet. I mean, there is a quest for killing these things after you get out into the main area. So, obviously I don't have that quest yet. And that quest is very hard for me to finish. I've always had trouble finishing that quest because you gotta find enough of those enemies in order of those stealthed scouts in order to do it. And when you're looking for them, you can't find them. But boy, if you don't need them, they just seem to pop out of the trees all over the place. Alright, now, where were we? Oh yes, I am trying to get to the bridges. On the assumption that that will make a great quest to finish up with. Oh, well, we can't ignore the rider, of course, now that we've got the quest this time. And I don't like being hamstrung by a rider, warg rider. So I'll give myself a couple extra hamstrings. Alright, now. Alright, that's one of those down. And there's some Malodrine because that's the other gate that you can go to. In fact, if you're going to the bridges, that might be the gate really to go to if you're more worried about being near the bridges than anything else. Well, alright, well it looks like somebody has destroyed the bridge so that we won't be able to capture it. Well, I was worried about trying to capture and hold on to two bridges at the same time anyway, so perhaps that's for the best. Now let's check the other gate. And we will head down this way. Try to thread these enemy forces. And I think this is the way to the bridge. Oh yeah, there's the bridge right up there. Good. So we will at least get to one of the bridges. And we will hold on to that and make the elves proud of us. And everything is gonna be... Oh. Well, I guess I could worry about other things, since the bridges are down. And we'll take care of those in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.